Punk Revolution now. Today we are going to be reviewing DJ Sabrina the Teenage DJ's newest album, Charmed. This is interesting because this is a 3-hour long album, and frankly, I would be hesitant to listen to a 3-hour long album from an artist I've never heard of before. But this one, you know, it caught my interest. It really did. First off, DJ Sabrina the Teenage DJ is a very quirky, kind of funny little name. It has the word DJ in there twice. It's a play on the 90s sitcom, 90s sitcom, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and aesthetically, just looking at her Bandcamp and stuff, she's got this kind of retro pixel art stuff. She just looks like an interesting, quirky artist. I'm interested. 3 hours of house music. Let's see what's going on here. Let's start by taking a look at the album artwork. I really like this album artwork, as well as pretty much all the album artwork I've seen from DJ Sabrina. Like, yes, there are a ton of electronic musicians nowadays that are kind of utilizing this sort of like retro nostalgic aesthetic, but I feel like DJ Sabrina's execution of it is like really well done. Like, this is really cute, really charming album artwork. It looks like there's a lot of effort that went into this kind of like pixelated art. It's cool. I'm not exactly sure if that's supposed to be DJ Sabrina herself on the cover, or is that just Sabrina the Witch and maybe characters from the other from another show or that show. I don't know. I didn't really watch Sabrina the Witch, so I don't really know. I like the album artwork. It gets me excited to listen to the music, so nice stuff. This is a 3-hour long album. I don't even know where to start with reviewing this. It's 3 fucking hours. It covers a lot of ground, lots of different things and influences and sounds and crazy shit going on here. But I guess I'll just talk about the first song, Next to Me, because I feel like that song kind of just sums it up, all right? So you start listening to it and you hear this kind of like nostalgic, kind of like keyboard chord progression, like da, 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 da. Like, you know, real chill, like early 90s kind of like pop you might hear playing at your senior year prom at high school or whatever. It's, you know, nostalgic, quirky, cute, cool, little samples of people talking, maybe from, I don't know, 90s TV shows. I don't know. It's quirky, it's cute, whatever. It's really pleasant, and then boom. You're 2/3 through this song, and this is no longer just a quirky, cute little song. This is a fucking Bach composition. This is so dense and so rich and so complex with melodies and counter melodies and harmonies and this and that and ding and dong. It's like everything in this song is so airy and gentle and beautiful and light, but you pile so much of it on there that it becomes like dense, packed, and not just like, okay, let's just throw a bunch of textures in there. Like, really subtly, beautifully composed. Everything kind of just comes in gradually in a way that is just extremely chills-inducing. It is just absolutely chills-inducing. Like, you know, like when you're listening to a song and it builds and builds, and then boom, it's in the climax, and it's like the best part of the album, and it gives you chills. Well, it's kind of like, this album is like that for like 3 hours non-stop. It's like literally having like a 3-hour non-stop orgasm. And I didn't even know that was fucking possible, but DJ Sabrina shows you it's fucking possible. But there's just so much more to this record than that. Like, there's so many samples and so many beautiful transitions from one song to another. There's like so much you can re-listen to and discover so many different details. This is like a really well thought out 3-hour long album. It brings you into such a fantastic universe. It certainly reminds me a lot of Avalanche's Since I Left You, where, you know, you'll hear kind of like in between songs samples of people talking like, hey, yo, let's go dance, whatever, yeah. Okay, there's certainly a lot of that in this album. Honestly, like Since I Left You, fantastic album. Avalanche is great. But this, Since I Left You doesn't have shit on this album. This album is just like Since I Left You times 400 trillion. It kind of sucks that Avalanches are releasing an album this week when they got crushed by DJ Sabrina. That's how it fucking is. Another thing that brings so much charm to this album is the way it's produced. You can tell this is produced in a very lo-fi fashion. You can even see on DJ Sabrina's Twitter, she's tweeting memes that suggest she uses like old school equipment to produce it on tapes and all that. It's cool. It makes a huge difference though, because like I've listened to a ton of different electronic music. You know, I love the futuristic like John Hopkins micro house that's all detailed and and tries to sound as futuristic as possible. But really, like, a lot of the best electronic music I've listened to are like the old school, like Jeff Mills DJ mixes, or like DJ Screw DJ mixes, fucking awesome 90s. DJ Sabrina really captures that like old school energy like really fucking well in her album, not only from all the samples that she's using, which is like very heavily 90s, but also like the equipment. It makes a big difference. Everything feels so like decompressed, and it might sound even a little sloppy, but like it's a good sloppy. It's a sloppy in how music should be and how EDM should be. I don't even know if I can call this EDM. Like, yes, it's electronic music you're gonna want to dance to, but I think more than that, it's gonna be electronic music you're gonna want to cry to. This is just blissful. It's just euphoric. I mean, obviously, I can also go on about how poetic it is that one of the last albums released in 2020, this is gonna be corny, of course, is a fucking euphoric, beautiful, happy album at the end of a shitty year. I gotta say, DJ Sabrina's Charmed is legitimately a fucking outstanding piece of art. So ambitious with its 3-hour length, with the amount of grounded covers, with all these samples and all the details, and just so much love and effort put into this album, and it pays off tremendously. Like, I mean, how do you make a 3-hour album that's actually fucking consistent? Who knows? But it is. You gotta check it out. If you're a fan of like more like eclectic and kind of like emotional lo-fi electronic music, like I guess you can maybe compare it to like, you know, maybe Macintosh Plus, although I think this is much better than anything Macintosh Plus has done. No offense to Macintosh Plus. I don't know, like, what else what else can you compare it to? It's fucking sick. If you're a fan of electronic music, if you're a fan of just eclectic, unique music in general, or if you just want to feel fucking good, you should check this album out. It's a 10 out of 10. It's outstanding. This is for sure one of the best house albums I've ever heard. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Please like, comment, subscribe if you like this video. Go check out DJ Sabrina. I cannot wait to re-listen to this album and listen to more of DJ Sabrina. It's like fun. All I want to listen to. Thanks so much. Punk Revolution, man.